We have talked a lot about what this agreement means for farmers and for factory workers, but what does it mean for football? Tucked inside the USMCA is a little something for the NFL. Gone is the ban on Canadian broadcasters selling local ads that air during the Super Bowl. Now, the game is one of the biggest TV events in Canada. More ad sales, the NFL believes, will ultimately benefit the football industry. Now, Commissioner Roger Goodell said he greatly appreciates President Trump's leadership on this issue. Another surprising winner in this, whiskey, specifically American rye whiskey. That's now under consideration as a distinctive product in the new trade deal. You wouldn't be able to call it American rye whiskey unless it's made in the USA. It's at least 51% alcohol and is distilled in new charred oak barrels. Now, one clear loser in this is China. Now, the country is not mentioned by name, but deep inside the text of this deal is a provision that would allow the U.S. to withdraw if Canada or Mexico signs a free trade agreement with a non-market country, and that would be China. And this is a very controversial provision, and it's clearly an attempt by the White House to box in Beijing. Guys, this shows just how expansive and wide-ranging the deal really is, and it could take years before we fully understand how it will shape our economy in ways large and small.
So two questions. I'm going to keep them separate for once in my life. The first question is, that last provision you were talking about is clearly pointed at China, but would it affect any deal that Canada struck with any other individual country?
If it's considered a non-market economy, then yes. And it gives both Canada and Mexico and the U.S. actually the right to withdraw from the deal. It doesn't mean they have to withdraw from the deal, but it gives them that option.
And someone would obviously have a definition of what a non-market country is, would be a command and control economy. I suppose that's what they're driving at. Let's talk about something that you and I have been talking about a little bit offline, and that is how foreign-branded cars that are made in the United States, like many Hondas, like some Toyotas, like some BMWs, Mercedes, how are they taxed or tariffed under this new proposal? These obviously support American jobs, but some of those machines may consist mostly of foreign-sourced parts.
So what is important in this deal is not who owns the factory, whether it's a foreign automaker or one of the big three like Ford. What's important is what is in the car and where the car is going. So the deal increases the requirement for the amount of products that come from within the tri-country area to 75%. 75% of the car has to be made of products from within the trading zone in order to move freely across the border. That is increased in this deal from 62.5% under NAFTA. And the goal there is really to ensure that car companies are not just buying a bunch of parts more cheaply from overseas, let's say from China, and then assembling the cars in either the U.S., Mexico, or Canada, and taking advantage of the free trade agreement to move them across the border.
So so just to be tiresome here, because I'm really good at that, this would affect cars that would be assembled in Canada and brought into the United States, cars would be assembled in the United States and would move to Mexico or vice versa. It would not affect the Toyota that's made in Kentucky. So an American assembled car is never, that's sold in the United States, is never, even if it didn't have 75% domestic product in it or North American materials in it, would not be subject to a tariff.
No, because it's not moving anywhere, right? It's being made in America and it's being sold in America, right?